Good morning, everyone. Another beautiful day. Early, 7:21. No people harassing me at night. I slept the whole way yesterday from 2100 7 in the morning. I even dreamt, had a dream. I never dream. Really strange for me to dream, like I don't, my brain, since being on the train and being assaulted and hit and drugged by the New York City population, I've stopped dreaming how I used to, so I dream sporadically. Remember, they did things to me, touched me, pulled on teeth, injected me with things, you know, gave me nasty infections in my body through those same, pricking me, doing to me all these types of degenerate shit. So your body's not gonna dream, If when you're on drugs, your body's not gonna dream. And unfortunately, the New York City population, unfortunately, added things to my body that they shouldn't. But yesterday I had a dream. I went to sleep and I woke up realizing that I was dreaming and it was snowboarding. And it was like either me or Sean White. And we jumped so big at the end that I woke up and said, "Woo!" Like I woke up verbal with what was happening. It was a really, really big jump. Like you guys remember the game SS Tricky? You guys remember SS Tricky back in the day? It was like that. Had the big mountain at the backdrop and the tiny little snowboarder just dropping from the mountain. Like the back was blurry. You could focus on the snowboarder and the snowboarder just spinning, going all the way down. It was wild. It was really wild. I woke up in the middle of that, like as it was dropping. Like, and I turned and it got me up. Remember, I'm falling, like it got me up, like, oh, oh, oh. It went back to bed face down, like, go back to bed. It was pretty serious, bro. That's a really big jump. That's a really big jump, B. Oh my goodness. For real. Snowboarding to wake up. Yeah, snowboarding jump. The air time so bad, you woke your ass up. You woke your ass up. It's the last angle. It's just falling hard from a frontal angle. It's like, holy shit, what is that? Woke my ass up. B. Woke my ass up pretty good. Yellow or orange pants? Yellow or orange pants? Another beautiful day, be Friday in Christ. Every more day that pass gets closer to my birthday. It's 5 days to my birthday right now. Who would have said that I made it this far? Nobody, because my enemies wanted me dead. They don't want me to make it 40. They don't want me to make it this far. But I did. I made it this far. Really far, B. Hold on. I gotta confirm the internet speed. Not the internet speed, but the Wi Fi. Because it says success, but I know I have to log in again. Give me a second. Sorry about that delay. I had to connect that correctly. Well, yeah, be off a mountain, be off a big mountain. See, this one's in the polar caps and it's headed to water. But imagine something way bigger than that as a backdrop. Maybe you see back here, you see those mountains at the back right here to my left hand side, like right there. Imagine that big one at the back, right? And think of it as 25 meters high or some stupid shit like that, covered in trees. And the camera's aiming at the snowboard with that as its background, and it's just twirling, right? Like just spinning mute, like a grab. I don't remember clearly this way or this way. I think it was with the right hand. Holding this way and then spinning, what is that? Counterclockwise as it goes down, and there's no bottom in sight. B. There was no bottom in sight. What I saw right at the end when I got up was houses, like houses in the snow, like in the middle of this lane, like the lane, the snowboarder was in the middle, the ginormous mountain in the back. He's spinning, and bright houses in the middle of where the snow near the landing point was. But when I opened my eyes, already in the like I already like I felt like if I was doing that shit, it was that the red roof, red roof homes was about right there. You can see like the house is painted yellow and orange, and the guy spinning going down. Ridiculous. Enough to wake someone up. Someone like me will wake up with something like that. It was a pretty big jumping. It's a, it was a pretty, pretty, pretty big jump. Perfect. Excellent. On time, as always. Pretty vicious, B. That jump was ginormous. Oh my goodness. It made me turn my ass be. I turned face down after that shit. Uh, Birthday mode in 5B. And nobody gonna give me nothing. Nobody gonna say happy birthday. My mother's not gonna call. It's gonna be a pretty sad birthday, B. A solo 40. It sets the path to additional birthdays for the rest of my life. Solo 40 is ridiculous. Solo 40 through 50 through 60, and I'm dead. My whole life gone. Wasted, B. Wasted. Big time. Not a game, B. Not a game. Then I think my family's at mistake there. My family made a big error underestimating my potential when I was young, and that underestimating my potential when I was young is what led them to crash out at the sight of even greater success within their home. Because I wasn't anywhere when I graduate when I pursued the doctorate. But expectations can ruin lives. You know, when you prove to someone that you can, and they maliciously didn't give you the opportunities that you deserve to gain higher, but the time was already wasted. It frustrates people. It frustrated my mom. My mom is not going to contact me. Why would my mother contact me? Why would my mother contact me at this in this type of situation? She won't, because in her mind, she didn't think I was going to be worth nothing. You know, in their mind, they think you're an underachiever. They visualize an underachiever. They visualize a nobody. They visualize a bicycle at 1 o'clock today in the morning. They visualize a nobody, a real nobody. Like, hey, yeah, he's never gonna achieve anything. He's never gonna have a family. So they act upon it. They acted against my family. Lady Gaga came through, B, and she was rejected by my parents, and that one would have married me. That one would have married me. That one was behind me because we're soulmates. We're perfect match. We're feral, fucking feral. And she was a virgin. And she was a virgin, which is the most important thing. That was perfection. Soulmates, right? Virgin. Her parents, Cynthia wanted her to stay with me in Miami. What did they do? Deny her at the door. Oh, I don't want any horrors here. No, you can't stay here. And that's all she was looking for. That would have changed the entire course of my life. But my mother's always thinking in my brother and sister, not on me. She wasn't thinking about me at that moment. So what she do? She locked her outside. And she's coming knocking at the door at 11 at night after following me from Miami, Florida. And she was crying, and Taylor Swift was crying. All the girls were crying when I left Miami. Don't go. But I mean, pouring. Taylor Swift crying, bawling, kicking the door. Boom, boom, boom. Don't go. Stay. Don't go back home. And I left because I was a child. Psychologically, by 21, in the time that should have been a man already, they had me as I was still listening to my parents. And I listened to my parents through 26 of age, listening, taking advice from them. And some advice is not good. Some advice is against you. Decisions that my parents have taken have been against me. Let me give you the example. Year 2005, I was a professional bodyboarder, recognized by all of Hawaii. All of Hawaii knew me. All of Hawaii. All of Oahu. If it was a surfer, it knew me. Especially the people, the one that other people who surf glorify and consider them the best of the best. So I was mingling in that group. Before that, 2024 to 2025, not 25. I mean 2004, 2005. So what does my father do? Oh, how about you go to Miami? How about you get a house and a car in Miami? Yeah, yeah. And you know what he's thinking at that moment, acting retarded? To separate me from my craft, separate me from the 13-year-old kid that started a path that led him to success by 21. The hard work that my grandmother was putting in every weekend to take me to the beach to do that, and the recognition that I gained by just being good at something that they're never going to be in. Father, with this ludicrous, oh, hey, how about to go to Miami? Yeah, brand new car. I'll rent you a house and a car. And, it's just to get you away from your hard work. That was mistake number one in my life, right? That then lady pulled up. Lady Gaga pulled up, appeared at my house after we met on MySpace. We made love. We were feral. Feral. No other women like that will be like that with me in my life. And we were both beautiful. We're talking about teenagers rapidly, intensely undressing at a fast as fuck rate of speed. Like they got these 2 minutes. It's 3:15 in the morning. Let's get this done. But I mean like that. We were naked. Feral. Nobody in my life is ever gonna do that again. Nobody. It was that fast. It wasn't a game. It wasn't me towards her. It wasn't me leading on. Nah. It was like one, two, three. And they're dressing like if we were like if we were brother and sister changing. And that's a soulmate beat. That's a soulmate. If they're both undressing like if they were kids at 21, woo, 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 like that, that was how me and Lady were. At first sight, we never met. We never met. Never spoken but 2, 3 times on the phone, and she decided to come to my house in Miami. And we undressed like that. We were naked in less than 25 seconds at 21. That's how we were. So, push come to shove. It was a summer. Miami failed because my parents stopped supporting me like I would learn later on in my life that this was all a fluke to get me away from bodyboarding. So they managed to get me away from PR, away from the ocean so that other people could befriend the Hawaiian stars that were in PR. Their primary goal was to get me outside the water and take me away from my hard work. And then their support ended 6 months later. The budget that they had to do that was impassable. The budget that I had to live out there was not enough. It was never going to be enough. So I worked 3 jobs. I was supposed to go to college and be at a house with a car. Nah, I ended up working 3 jobs and moving place to place. Moving place to place within Miami. Within 1 year. All of this shit happened within 1 year. It was all a dream. Like it's all an illusion. Yeah, house, a car, and then money runs out completely. Their support ends. Like you're on your own now. That was not a game. That was puppeteering, playing with the strings of my life. I mean, we'll give him some money in the beginning and then run away, see if he was able to do both things. And I wasn't, because I wasn't able to do the job and to go to school. And then by mistake, someone sideswiped me at an intersection, which made it final. Had my car at a stoplight. There is a triangle, basically a road that comes from this way. There's a triangle park. I'm at the tip of the triangle right in front. There's an intersection. There's a Ford F-150 about to make a left turn, and there's an intersection this way. I do my stop. A car passes by. I go, and then the F-150 decides to motherfucking sideswipe me, making a left turn in that intersection. I remember seeing the grill of the car in my window. Pow! And that was the end. The car was never fixed right. The car did not last long. The car was a piece of junk. Lots of money wasted for a piece of junk. Bought as a piece of junk. But the lady was still around. Lady was still around. Lady didn't care about my car. So I ended up leaving. And then lady behind me, remember texting her, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in Allentown." "All right, I'll go there." She went to Allentown. My mother denied her entry to my home. I wasn't long in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I ended up in Puerto Rico again. "Where are you?" "Your grandmother's house." They went to my grandmother's house. They went overall 6 years. That lady's trying to come get me before the fame. The fame is not out yet. The CD, her main CD, is not out yet. I end up back again in Pennsylvania, in Doylestown, at the end of when she started being famous. Right? At the end. I'm in California, Tortilla, and I meet up with my first girlfriend in high school, Daniela Sutton, relative Popcorn Sutton, the liquor, the moonshine guy. "Hey, you should promote Lady Gaga." I'm like, "All right, Lady Gaga who?" And I forgot about their name by then. Remember, 6 years gone by from that. Forgot about her name entirely. Forgot about a lady like that. Because she tried, but we were distant. But she tried a lot. She went to California, Tortilla. She knew where I lived everywhere. In Doylestown, in Allentown, in Manatee, in Mayagüez, in you know, everywhere. Everywhere. In Miami, everywhere. She knew where I was every point in time. That was the most private investigator. That was the best woman, best private investigator that has really tracked me down. The real one. That's why I know she was the wifey. But they took her out of my life because in their mind, in my parents' mind, I was an underachiever. I wasn't gonna achieve to nothing. I was never gonna be nothing. He's nothing. So they internalized that psychologically. When I was 26, before joining the army, that was the other take me out from my hard work. And like I said, the last time I listened to my parents, I achieved then pro skateboarding. I was hanging out. Tony Hawk himself said, "Hey, get in the van." And I broke my ankle by mistake doing a 540 flip at Union Square Park. But I was about to go leave with Birdhouse, pro, to leave with Tony in a van. Tony's like, "You Enrique," and Edward Duff is like, "Yeah, let's go." And I did it, and I fell, and I'm like, "No, it's fine. I gotta stay. I can't go to that trip because obviously that's a skateboarding trip." And I spent 3 months, 3 to 6 months limping across this whole area. But I mean limping, not like a black and blue ankle and no cast, no nothing. Neanderthal shit. At that point in time, I came back. After that, Tony was still around, Jim Greco, because these people I know since surfing. Because, when I was pro surfing, I did a lot of shit. I did bodyboarding, I did surfing, I did snowboarding, and I did skateboarding. I was ping pong between Hawaii and California. It was 190 days of my life in which I met everyone in pro sports. Why? Because I was at the top. I was at the top. I went from the bottom to the top. I went to being found in a Puerto Rican wave with 18 years old hiding inside the barrel for the majority of the afternoon. Just in the words of Mike Storr and Kelly Slater. We have been here 6 hours. I have only seen him outside the wave 30 minutes. 30 minutes. But we have been here 6 hours. You know what that means, right? Does that make sense to you? They have been watching me surf for 6 hours and have only seen me about 30 of those minutes. Why? Because the wave breaks and I'm inside the curl like that. Like the tunnel of water is here, and I'm staying in this angle in which they cannot see me. They could only see me get out, come back out, get another wave, and do the same thing. And that was me through all of basically all of 17 through 21. All of 17, 16 years old through 21, I did that. That people, if you want to see me in the water, you got to be inside the water to see me, or maybe get in my way like Kelly Slater did. Kelly Slater went inside the barrel. I'm here, he's here. Kelly's head popped up like, "What's up?" Like that green eyes, and I'm like, oh, oh, I'm trying to evade him inside the tube for real. So what does my father do after I reach a certain caliber of skateboard? How about you join the army? Does that sound familiar? Does that sound ignorant to what I'm doing? They knew what I was doing because they were stalking me. No, my mother and my father and my siblings were stalking me because Kim Kardashian gave out a lot of money for me. Taylor gave me a lot of money. Kanye West gave me a lot of money, a lot of material wealth, a lot of material wealth. Kim and Courtney came. I remember I was sleeping in Sakati Park. Kim and Courtney came with brand new MacBook Pros, two for them for me because I always have two computers, two MacBook Pros, an iPad, iPhones, and went to sleep and put all my gifts in front, smiling. Like I'm laying down, right? And they put all these things to get me to wake up, and give me something, get me something. They wanted me to get something. It's like, yeah, get it. It's yours, you know? My family in that moment, as I was sleeping, takes everything. My stepsister, my mother takes every last fucking thing that's in front of me. Material, greed, people, pigs. Not like me, pigs. During the Sakati protest, there was also a lot of money. Ilan Omar, which is a Minnesota representative, a rep from Minnesota, Ilan Omar, which was during the Obama administration a big deal, including Alejandra Ocasio Cortez, AOC, which I got into the seat because I helped um, promote her name in Hoboken so that they voted for her on the other side in a New York area, in a New York geographic zone. That's within New Jersey, so that they voted for AOC in New York. And that night, Obama helped AOC become a New York City or a New York representative. I helped to do that, and I got paid as a Democrat to put that girl in power. She was sitting behind me in the bus. I did not know that, but that happened between me and AOC. AOC has a really big crush on me back in the day. Not now, because now I'm old. But so the money that they wanted to give me between Ilan Omar, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and Taylor summed to $86,000. They wanted to give me a lot of money to get me off the street, to change my life. Guess who takes that money? The same criminals that raped and drugged Lady Gaga, taking the money that was supposed to be for me and giving it to the FBI right there, because the FBI was in a green, in a not in a green, in a white van on the south, on the southern side of Sakati. So suspect number one, after lady came to my father's house in which she ended getting drugged and raped 30 feet, 40 feet from my house, he was taking the money and taking it to the IRS. Taking the money and taking it to the IRS. And he took a couple trips and then he got in the van and he left. I heard a few days later that that person went to Vegas and blew $50,000 in 1 minute. Money that wasn't even his. He went to Vegas to ball, to throw money out, to throw it away, to piss it all away. Money that was supposed to be in my pocket. But I, knowing the consequences of my own death, because those were not the only people that tried giving me money. Lil Wayne also tried giving me money, and Wayne had about $2 million in a suitcase. A huge suitcase, the size of a table, ginormous, full of hundreds. And he's like, take my money, man. Take my money, man. Take my money. Take my money, man. And he had a stack this big to give me. And guess who took that money? 6ix9ine. Because 6ix9ine was out there in Tampa, Florida that night. And I was skateboarding with the pros, mingling with the scene of skateboarding that year. So 6ix9ine knew me from here, from New York. And he's like, I'll take it. And that money jumpstarted 6ix9ine's career. That relationship between Wayne and Wayne trying to give money to me, because Wayne, I know those people from way back. I know Birdman, Slim Williams, all these people from since I was a teenager. Because they from PR. They live in PR. Slim's cousin, Lil Wayne's uncle lives in PR. If you consider Birdman his father, although they're income related relationship, but it's like a father figure to him, right? So his uncle Slim Williams is part of that group within my hood, my where I grew up, where my grandmother lived. So case in point, I reached, just like in surfing, I got good in something else within 6, 7 years. I took 6, 7, right? 6, 7. I didn't take that long to skateboard at a professional level. Maybe 5, 6 years with 3 solid injuries between. Every year I would get hurt and I would lose a trick, but I got real good again. And it was like a birth process, like a metamorphosis. I was a really good skateboarder here, right? The first 3 years, my mother decides to stab me in the kitchen with a broomstick that she does not stop hitting me with. She almost took the pinky nerve out of it. My airs were offline for a bit. I was doing 6 foot airs in the first 3 years. The 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 third year, I was out on the street here in New York City. Basically, the end of the third one, I ended up in the street. I came back home. I ended up on the street. That sixth year, and the final 2 years, which were 10, 11, and 12, I was here in New York, and they had already known me for how violent I was skateboarding. So, what do you think my father did at that moment? 26 years old. How about you go to the army? How about you go to the army? And what did he do again? Took those 7 years and threw them out. Threw them out. They don't care what you do. It's the same thing with bodyboarding. Took from bodyboarding from 13 through 21 to make a name for myself, and 7 more years to make a name for myself in something else. And they throw something out, a dream. Yeah, yeah. How about you go to the army? How about you do something else? Just to separate me from my success, just to take me from my hard work so that someone else takes my place. so that I forget about all the hard work I've done in my life. And my family has done this to me forever. Forever. This is predictable from their behavior. Predictable. So guess what happens? I come back home from the military and I start studying. I take 10 years of my life to make myself a made man. 10. 10. 6 years to get a bachelor. 2.5 years to get an MBA. And 3 years for a doctorate. And guess what happens? Their beliefs about you are boom off, makes them disabled. They want to suicide. It makes them want to kill themselves. You becoming a doctor was worse than becoming a pro surfer. Was worse than becoming a pro skateboarder. That was worse than everything. Why? Because in their mind, people internalize their beliefs. And it's like a smoking gun to their head once you achieve it. Because in their mind, their ideals, their values as a doctor, their ideals, their values, their beliefs are shattered. So what they believed for the entirety of their life, that the oldest son was going to be a nobody, because they were working towards that, because they were working towards that goal of me not achieving nothing. Oh, he's a nobody. He's nothing. Oh, he's this. He's that. He's never going to be anything in his life. He's never going to be anything. All he's going to do is smoke pot and be my slave. He's all going to be. He's going to be a drug addict. He's a schizo. He's this and that. Right? He's just going to be my slave. He's going to help me around the house, or he's going to die in the street, or in jail. I want him in jail. They internalize these suppositions, these beliefs about you, and then when you prove them wrong, they want to kill themselves. When you destroy with their beliefs about you, what they want is to take a razor blade and slice their neck in pure jealousy and envy and hatred. And that's why my mother is not to be found. That's why I call my mother. My mother doesn't appear. My mother is not going to appear, not even in a tarot card. My mother is never going to appear in my life, not even in a tarot card, because they have internalized that everything good happens to me. Pro surfing, everything good happens to me. Pro skateboarding, everything good happens to me. A doctorate, yes, everything good does happen to me. And what the people that were supposed to be my supporters from day one were so focused on raising their kids, so focused on looking to mold their kids in the way they want, were unable, they forgot about me. They were so focused on the minors, on the middle and the last child, right? The privileged child, as they call it. They're so focused on those people than on what I was achieving on my own. 100%. Luckily, I still got my father online, and he's definitely shelling in a lot of money because he was skeptic the majority of the time. He was an internalized hate, but there's still some form of strategy behind his decisions. I know he knew I was skateboarding. I know he knew I was surfing professionally because he had Kelly Slater in my house. He had Andy Irons in my house. Andy Irons in my house. 4-time world champion in my house. 11-time world champion in surfing in my house. They were in his house. He knows the quality of individual that wanted me a higher element, that wanted me to be at the top. But just like they said it, Kelly Slater himself, when I was in Hawaii, this is what he said. And I'll repeat his words for the rest of my life. I'll repeat Kelly Slater's words for the rest of my life. Your parents don't give a fuck that you're out here, kid. You know what the difference is between you and those kids in the water right now? Everyone that's in this beach, they have their parents' support, and you got none. Why? Why? Because why? Kelly Slater himself. Why doesn't your parents support you in this? If you're with me, you're with Kelly Slater. You know, everyone knows Kelly Slater in the United States of America. Everyone. As a professional surfer. They've all tried surfing at least once in their life. Everyone knows who that guy is. Everyone does. But my parents did not want me to achieve something greater. Did not want me to be the pro. Did not want me to be the pro skate. Tony, his in tight connection with my mother. I remember seeing Tony Hawk, in my Doylestown home. But what's in my parents' mind? Nothing. In their mind, the beliefs, the suppositions, what they want for their child is never going to identify to the success of the kid. They're never going to connect. They're never going to accept you as something. And when you break those beliefs, when you shatter them, like if it was a glass ceiling for women, that's basically what they created. That's basically the means of their psychology. To them, they put a glass ceiling over my head. Oh, he's not going to be nothing but a slave that does kitchen, that does laundry and does dishes, and he's never going to come out of that. And that's how I want him. And he's going to be a drug addict, and he's going to go to jail. And look at all the things that I've achieved in my life. Look at the people that were involved in my growth and development. Look at the people in which allowed my personal mind to achieve a doctorate. Look at the people that were with me. Cam, Courtney, Lady, Kelly, Andy, Tony Hawk, Jim Greco, all these skateboarders. Look at the people that were with me. Those people were the ones that really molded my character for me to get a doctorate. My parents were not involved in that. Zero. They were not. Because they had the glass over my head. He's not going to be nothing. Oh, we skeptics. Oh, no, no, no. His brother and sister deserve more. You know, people that are not even my family, because those are step sisters and brothers. I got no brothers and sisters. You know, I got zero. 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 I'm only child from a divorced family. But they in their mind, through my 13 through 21, acted like if they're not seeing the sun, acting like if the sky was purple, when the world's best surfing champions were at the door asking for me. Hey, is Enrique there? Yeah, we're going surfing today. Big waves out there. Hey, is Enrique there? They don't care. They didn't care. What they do, get me away. Because in their mind, somebody else is better. In their mind, someone that would either gain sex from, gain money from, gain material wealth from, get something out of. Those people are better than their own family. Because they knew from me they're not going to get nothing. They're not going to get a Christmas gift. My parents knew from that age that they're not going to get nothing from me. And all they want to do is to leech, just like Puerto Rican values, leech off the star. You know, people cannot be stars because they cannot gain nothing from it. They're not underground, or they don't drug, they don't deal drugs. They're not criminal. They never held a gun. They don't have a criminal, they don't have a criminal case. They don't have a police profile, blah, 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 blah. And in the end, all these people in my life did was try to create a glass ceiling so tight to my skull, it broke. It broke. It broke. Because I achieved everything they ever dreamed of. I did it already. I did it already. The skill, the talent, the connections, the friends, the girlfriends, the sex, the amount of money I've spent, all that with my hard-earned money, because it's a big difference. You could be a millionaire spending someone else's wealth, but not be fraud-free, not be your own, not do your own thing. Right now, I'm living their dream. I'm spending $600, $500 a month. That's a dream to them. You think they spend that much? They don't spend shit. They live on someone else still. They live on someone else still. How long did it take me to get to that level? 2 years? What's in the future for me? $1,000 a month. Well, that's what's in the future for me. $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month or more. And that's why I am the way I am. My family did not give a shit. Did not give a shit, B. Did not give a shit. They in their mind, they internalized what I was and made it core to their ego. It's like they put what they put in their body so tight to their ego, what I was gonna be in the end, so tight to their ego, they did nothing about it. They did nothing about me. They helped in zero way in my life other than some shelter and some food. When I needed their real support, when they had to question what I was doing with my life, they wanted to ignore every day that I went to the skate park, every day I went to the beach. They wanted to act like if those days were not real. They wanted to ignore that. That did not happen. In their mind, they were so skeptic, they were so ignorant of what was happening around them, of with me. The first thing they could blurt within those specific moments, in the case of my father, was, "Oh, I'll buy you a house and a car. I'll rent your house and a car in Miami." Woo, woo, woo. "Oh, you go to the army? Yeah, yeah, go to the army." Woo. And what were they doing? Taking your hard work. What's the lesson to finish the conversation this morning at 8:07? Not every parent's wishes for their daughter or son is good for them. Think before you do anything your parents telling you to do. Because some of them might have good intentions and some of them might be real skeptical and real ignorant too of your success in your life. I took until 26 of age, 26, and I'm 40 now, which is technically 14 years ago. 14 years ago, still listening to my parents and doing what they wanted. Whatever they advised, I did blindly. It's like, yeah, I'll do it. Just like doing the dishes, just like doing the laundry, just like cleaning up for myself and their house. But they were never thinking about me. Not even in one moment were they thinking about me, about my achievements, about the years of hard work that I put into my craft. The sole reason many of the world's greatest have connected with me in a real personal way that made me into who I am. So be careful of your parents' advice because some of them might not give a shit of what you will achieve in yours and will show you that they don't care by disconnecting outright from your life once you succeed beyond what they thought of you, beyond that glass ceiling, beyond the cap of what they want for you. Because that's basically what they want for you. They want you smoking pot. They don't want you alcoholic, but they want you smoking pot. They want you begging for money every day. They want you with no money in your pocket so that you're still begging, mama, mama, sucking from the titty, you know, so that you're still needing from them, and they're going to ignore all the hard work you did in your life, including the hard work you did for them, including the sacrifices, your own life sacrifice to be with them, to still be able to have a heart and contact them after they sacrifice the best of your life. Because they always sacrifice. If they're real ignorant like mine and they wish you nothing better than them or than their sons and daughters, they'll sacrifice the best of your life. Not just a little bit, not just a little bit, not just a few years. Oh, that's fine, honey. Don't skateboard no more. They'll sacrifice from cradle to grave your success. From beginning to end. Anything you put your minds to will not be what they think is right, and they'll throw out your life. And you'll end up missing from born till about 26 of it. They'll end up throwing in the trash 26 years of your life or more if you're still listening to them. So be real careful. Have a mind. Put a thinking cap and do what you love. Do what you love. Ignore your parents. Say no, hell no. Whenever they want to throw you a bone, because that's a bone. That's a bone. It's a bone. Surfing every day, every single day with world class. Throw your bone like that. The waves were just 21 feet, and he throws the bone out. Yeah, yeah. How about I get you a high rise in Hoboken? Yeah, yeah. You want to live in a high rise in Hoboken? I'll buy you a Lamborghini too. Don't fall for the bone. They'll throw you the bone, and it's to get you away from your success. It's to take what you worked hard for and throw it in the garbage. And you'll throw 2, 3 decades out. 2, 3 decades. And if you're lucky, you'll still have empathy and love for them. When you realize that this was done to you, you would still have love and empathy for them. If not, you're not going to speak to your parents ever again. Have a good day, Dr. Roman Benia. Let's get into the let's get into the stock market activities for the day. Stock market activities for the day. What do we got here? We got pretty bullish. Oh, it's actually bearish from 603 to could be a gap down. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today in the stock market. And then once your parents make that offer you cannot refuse, be careful because their intentions are to sacrifice 3 decades of your life. Don't fall for that, especially when you're successful as hell. Because they'll want to leech every last dollar you'll make, every last free dollar, let me live money, and every dollar you really earn. They'll want to be involved in your business. They'll want to be making money behind your back. They'll want to be marketing you and still leave you in the street. Once you're not doing nothing, bro, you'll go sleep under the bridge. After they made millions of you, they made a living for themselves and enough money to continue maintaining their children, they'll put you under the bridge. After they secure your own brothers and sisters' education, college education, rent for the next 10, 20 years, multiple vehicles so that they always have transportation. Once they secure everything they want through you, you'll go under the bridge. So be careful on the bone your parents throw at you. Be real careful. Be real careful because your brothers and sisters are privileged. You're the firstborn. You're the star, B. Be real careful because they want to get rich off you. Go rich off you, and then once they realize that you shattered their expectations, you shattered their ego, then they start becoming hella criminal. Then they start they start the chasing, the hurting, the malicious body deformation. They start putting shit and bleach in your food. They start injecting you with shit. They start deforming you because I don't look like this. You think I look like this? I was a stud, B. A stud. And there's still some pictures of me out there when I was with Lady Gaga, technically. My most beautiful, my 21st, 22nd of my life. But what do they want to do? When they want you nothing, when they think you're nobody, but they'll shit in your food every day, B. Think about it. Pay attention. It's not a game. I'm gonna listen to some music now. Today's message was on fire. Today's morning was on fire. Let's have some music. Some music to get me, activated for the surfing. Let's go on a mind surfing trip. Nice big wave in the morning. What's going to happen today on the stock market? I mean, MACD is bullish as hell. Again, same thing as yesterday. Same thing as yesterday. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oracle. Let's turn on the news and see what we hear today. See if I hear some gamba. Commercial break. Stop it. Futures now. No broadcast. Schwab Network. VIX is up. VIX is about to hit 20 at open. Already made my gamble. I'm going long, four times out the money. All right, see what's happening right here. We might be starting at 600, which is exactly my what I'm trying to do. I'm buying out the money because I'm expecting the market to go up, and we're gonna trade the best trades of yesterday, which were the 10% on the dip and nothing else. 10% on the dip and nothing else. Because if we go, because even if it goes put, for example, even if the market is short, it's gonna find the dip and it's gonna buy it. Like even if the market goes short, I'm gonna be at the dip and I'm gonna go bullish on that dip. That's basically the that's so if just do three, just three out the money and do nothing for now. There's nine trades. I mean, three trades there at six orders for three a pop. Three a pop on the dip at open and nothing else at 10%, which should be good. Uh, the one that did not print was one I made intraday. So buying the dip after midday is not good. Although it could be possible that there could be a 2 p.m. dip, like a 2 p.m. dip to then make a higher high at 3 p.m. randomly. But let's try to make the peak of the day midday. So from here to midday, something should happen. And hopefully the dip is not after 12 p.m. That's basically how it works. I could probably edit the trade to make three dips in the morning, right? Buy the dip in the morning and then execute before 11 or at 11, just to make sure that I'm in a trade, that I'm in a 10% trade at 11, no matter where the market is. I ran Israel bomb. I mean, yeah, Israel bombed Iran yesterday. They did their thing. Let's try it by the top. Let's try that. Let's try in the money top. Let's short the top today and see if we get something out of it. We need to put the by the top on the screen though. We need to put it maybe here. No, could I put it there? 1 minute. By the top, by the zip. Let me see if this is the top today. Hold on. Let me add it on this side. Top. No, the top is not showing on this one right now, or is it? Let me see. Let me see. Nope, it's not showing. It's always at one. That's the bottom. It's showing as the bottom. On the daily chart, we're always at the top. All right, let's how can we do it? Yeah, let's do it right here. Okay, then on the left side, we're gonna buy the top today. We're gonna short the top because yesterday we had a little short activity. So, and with Iran, you can't expect much bullish. Although I really wanted the all-time high today, but by the end of the week, top top. It's kind of on the short side. I don't think I changed the values to it. I think I have to. Yeah, I gotta fix it. Hold on. We gotta go back to trade and change the original. Here we go. It's 67.75. 67. Wait, it's already finding tops. What? Hold on. Let me see what it found yesterday. That was the top. No, that's the bottom. Wait. Let's see here. Okay, you got the top. You got another top here. Okay, I think it's right. That number is right. Here we go. We bought a top right there. That was a pretty bad top. But if you bought here and it went down, you still made profit. And this one, if you bought at the top here and it went down, you still made profit. So I think that's the right way of doing it. Here, top, maybe a marginal loss. Top again, possible profit, extreme profit PM. Top. Top is marginal loss, big loss here. This one lost right here. Or what's this one? The 6th of June. That one lost there. Top. This was a good top. This one was all right, but it still made loss making. But then it went even. So from here to here for midday, that's 12.50. That's good. I'll be in the library then. Okay, so it's 67.75. 67. All right. Twice out the money on a put or in the money put. Let's buy it in the money put. In the money put. Buy 10%. Let's do a 50% put. I'm leaning bearish after we find the top. Big bearish after the high of the day. Let's do a 50% limit at 599. We should be in the money if it pumps. 50% limit by the top. Top is true. 3 bars. Are we nuked yet? All right. Could you imagine? Are we nuked yet? Iran just hitting Israel like boom. Is it in the Bible? Yes, it is. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm getting 6, 9 contracts at 10% on the dip and 3 contracts at 50% on the top. starving. See, in my opinion, the United States of Satan should just march across the globe into countries and take them over. I mean, it would be easier and faster than current geopolitics. Like, oh, so is is fighting Iran? Hold up, station at Kuwait and march to it. Just march it in. Just make them surrender without a bullet. Just walk in, walk him in. Be like, bruh, stop it now. Like in Roman times, and not send like a whole brigade. Just send a unit, 8 people. Be like, bruh, bruh, if you don't take this money and you bring out a multi-million-dollar pallet, you know, off the printer of American, we will come in here and start some shit. Money pallet. Like, wait, how big is the money pallet right here? Like this, like this. Let's start some shit. Do we have a deal? Yes. Okay, thanks. Have a good day. Hel- Helicopter. Just like peace. Just like, okay. We'll just get off in a helicopter, just tool it, and just leave. It'd be the fastest way. It would be the fastest way America stops wars and conquers the world. America stops wars and conquers the world by just offering money. Just offering money. Bribe the shit out of the world for the 10 for 10 for a for a 10-year for a 10-year peace project, and then locate send like SF or Marsoc to this, be like, I know Israel, you know, bombed this yesterday. But if you do nothing and take this money, we won't have to walk in. Okay? Deal? Deal? Nice tea. Nice tea. And walk away. We could do Northrop Grumman, Lockheed, right? Those could be the gambits for today. Yeah, it's pretty red. VIX is already up 20. Let me stop this. We got to make today's trade. Today's trade is coming. Another gambit for today is going to be Lockheed Martin. We're going to profit off Warby today. Lockheed Martin. We're going to do a in the money 3 at 10%. You know, something light, something nice and funny. Where is it at? 69? Damn, it's trading at 83, B. From 69 to 83, 20 point pump. They're going to trade, but trade a 10% at open. Some simple 3 contracts, 10% at open. How much are they worth? $150. That's not bad. 3 at 10% for $100. 10%, yeah. 10% we gonna win. That's one of them for Lockheed. And then Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman Corp, NOC. The same thing, 497, 512. We're gonna do the same thing. One in the money, 3 in the money is way more expensive here. $300 a contract for 10% at open. And if those hit, Poppy Champion, just listening now. Now we're just listening to news to make trades. And profit, nice on open, not on a dip, just open. I don't even remember if we made Oracle trade at 10% on the dip. We just hit it. Did we use the dip yesterday or not? I don't think we did. I don't think we did. Let's just do 10%. 10% no dip and hit it. NOC 10 3 contracts. That was way more expensive. Those were 3. That was nearly $1,000 right there. All right. What else? Okay, let me ask Chat GPT if there's war and Northrop Grumman and Lockheed are up overnight, what are one more company to trade 3 contracts at open long at 10%? Raytheon's RTX, another one RTX, General Dynamics, Base System, Palantir, Kratos. Let's do Raytheon and see if Raytheon went up. RTX tonight. Dun, dun. RTX went up $4. $4 is fine. $51 a contract. That's good. Let's do 10% on Raytheon in at open. Although it's pretty bullish. I mean bearish. Look at that. The nominals on Raytheon are red as hell. That might be a bad trade. You see that nominal? 0.73 out of 140? That 30 MACD is really bearish on Raytheon. They might be shorting it. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. I already got my 3 and another 3 on SPY plus the short. Market's dropping like a rock. Market's dropping like a rock. Dun, 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 Put some music on. Hey, I haven't even showed the screen yet. What's going on? Mm. So we have a lot of trades for today. We have dip trades. We have top trades. We have we have defense on it on the board. We have all types. Israel's the party pooper here. We should have been to all-time high already. We should have been at 613.2023 in the American market, but they're gonna delay that pump until next week. Shit, into July. I also 3 contracts ITM at most defense. Lockheed, Grumman, and Raytheon at 10%, just in case. Raytheon looks hella bullish, but I'm gonna buy. I mean, bearish, not bullish, bearish. Well, for real, but for real. No, hold on. Let me make a video. Let me make a video about this morning. This morning, how to control geopolitics through money. Geopolitics through money, B. That's how we do it. Hold on. Damn, this shit's always dirty here every day. Every day I have to clean this camera. All it gets is crud. So imagine, okay, so Israel hit Iran right overnight, targeting nuclear shit because they're afraid. And They're basically the connection. Let me tell you a little bit about the geopolitics that I understand. Iran is a key target when it comes to nuclear devices, and the threat is not Israel. The threat is Dubai. That's the real threat. The threat is that the United States has invested, I don't know, trillions of dollars into Dubai already, and you could tell that most of the defense is aimed at, all of their air defense systems is aimed at Iran from Dubai. Like everything is aimed at them. Everything, all the guns are aimed at that place because that's basically the only remaining chip on the table that affects the general area of where American investment is. So if when you see on the news or in past years, oh Trump so and so money Dubai or whatever, AE, that's basically the area that they're defending. So Iran is helping the United States hit these people because the United States is also targeting these people, and Dubai is also targeting these people because they're in the wrong spot. It's basically like a block party. Like we got like let's call Israel O Block, right? So Israel is O Block. We are the Bronx, right? So we are the Bronx is giving money giving money to Chicago to stop Ohio, which is Israel, from popping, from real popping. So that's basically the condition. And how would you solve it? Well, you threaten them on invasion. You basically walk in there with a couple MARSOC, a couple Navy SEAL. You walk in there. It's basically just 8 people, 8 people with a helicopter. The country's already, apparently news said that they killed a couple key people. I'm guessing generals and military people involved in the uh, creation, manufacturing of uranium products. So you walk in there to the president or whomever's head honcho and you say, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, last night that shit happened here, right? Yeah, we got it. We got an offer for you. It's gonna be a real good offer, a really good one. Mr. President Trump wants you to have this money, and you uncover the motherfucker from a Huey. You uncover the whole pallet. Like a whole pallet of $100 bills. He go, "Rah. See that? As big as that table. You see that? You see that right there? That could be yours as long as you do nothing to that country. Am I clear on that? Do we have a deal?" And they have like 10 minutes to say yes while having tea, heroin tea, sipping on that heroin, that HT, like, pass out, go unconscious after sipping a little bit. For real, for real, for real. You got about 10 minutes to decide if you're going to take that money or not before we take it away. And they go, yes, yes. Okay, okay. You good? You good? Oh, and remember, they bombed it because they don't want you making bombs. You could take that, you can take that uranium to make nuclear engines or whatever. Maybe a boat if you want it, but not bombs. I'm warning you. If you take that money, you agree to do that too. All right, let's go. And you just basically, those 8 dudes off the chopper, just hold on to the chopper like that and fly on their feet to Kuwait, just across the country on that shit. Standing outside, just sitting on the edge. It's basically put the seatbelt, the feet dangling. It's like that. Dangling on that. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We gave the money out. It's good business. It's good geopolitics. That's how it's done out there. That's how you succeed in making really good deals. A deal you can't refuse. You know, it's like you know what will happen if you do something right. You really understand that we're gonna walk 250,000 soldiers in your country, and there will be nothing left. So if you really value what you got, you best take this money. You better take. That's why it's the United States of Satan. That's the best way. That's the best deal. Best deal. We're gonna give you the best amount of money. It'll be full. The pallet will be full of money. It'll be like vacuum packed and sealed and everything. It'll be like this high, like damn. Heisenberg money, like yeah, take that money and make sure you don't do nothing stupid, all right? Have a good day. Peace. See you guys. See you guys at the open. Good luck today. Big dip right there. Dipping to 95. I'm gonna be way out the money today. How way out the money am I right now? Oh, not too bad. Four out the money is fine, but they have potential because VIX is there's high volatility. So VIX out of 20 definitely overpriced the call options. So they should have some pretty good earning power. Again, the same thing. Why is it disconnecting? Is it that the screen is going off? Hold on. What happened to the screensaver? Lock screen settings. Do 5 minutes. It's a lot of investment. That's basically how it works. That's why Dubai has all these American stuff from the war there. When we went to Afghanistan, when the United States went to Afghanistan, they left a lot of shit, and half of that shit ended up in Dubai. Half of all that shit they left out there, all that defense equipment stayed over there because they're defending that. Surely you could Google it. I could show Google it. How much investment? Let's check on Chat GPT by 2024. How much money has the United States invested in Dubai until 2024 from a defense perspective? $43 billion in total. And once they set them up in place, they're aimed across the sea. Remember, the is like the little nipple of the Dead Sea, little nipple at the bottom. Kuwait is right across the lake right there, and then Iran is at the north of that river. So all of that is aimed that way. Anything they got air defense is this way. From both angles, they're aimed into Ohio. They got them from all angles. Israel is from the north this way, Kuwait is this way, Dubai is this way. So they got them inside the triangle, like right in the center of the triangle. Big dump, still pulling down. I'm gonna end up way out the money today for the pumps. 57. I'm four out the money so far. Like always, I'll see you guys at 10:15. It's already 9:19. We're gonna open in about 10. I'm only gonna be here till 9:35, something like that. So I'm short, and I'll see you guys at 10:15, 10:16 to see how these trades are doing. If You value what you got. The best deal possible. 5 minutes until open. That was really funny. Who will walk 250,000 people to you? There will be nothing left. It will be 250,000. It will be nothing left. Two brigades up in that motherfucker. Yeah, one general, two brigades, and nothing will be left of Iran. That's basically how it works. That's all you need. You don't need nothing much than that. That'd be so funny. We're not gonna walk in too many, but we're not gonna walk in too many soldiers, but we're gonna lose about 1 million people. We're gonna lose about 1,400. We're not gonna lose that many. Maybe 1,400 at best. At best. And everything you see will be turned into a sifter. Be holes in everything. You're gonna hear them screaming, "Shoo!" And there's gonna be Jack Links, um, how do you call it? Beef jerky packets, pogie snacks everywhere in your country. It's gonna be littered Coca-Cola cans everywhere. You're not gonna stop them. It'll be big chihus. Ginormous. Ginormous. It's gonna be Iraq part two. Just come from a side, an angle, a geographical angle, and shoot your way through the city. It's like you see, we see the Hudson, right? We see Newport, New Jersey, right there. It's like taking past Jersey City that way by just shooting that way. Whatever's in that direction, it's gonna get a bullet hole. You're gonna see that one side of the building is gonna have no bullet holes, but the side America's army is gonna come in, it's gonna be bullet holes that direction. For and then it's not gonna be tiny bullets, it's gonna be big holes like that. It's gonna be just boom, 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 boom. Here we go. 28. What do we got here? What do we got here? What's already in? All right, we found the dip already. The trade might have gone in already. There's a couple trades. Hopefully, they didn't execute in pre-market or they all don't launch immediately. MACD at a 40 is at 0.44. Let's see what happens. Oh, if the market on open and balance is bearish, Monday is gonna be a fucking shit fest. If it's still red, if it's still negative trades, because yesterday was negative trades, and today it's gonna be accumulating bearishness is gonna continue to accumulate since yesterday, because we haven't dumped enough. There's gonna be a lot of short shares today. We're gonna see if that Mu imbalance cleared out. There we go. Where are we going? Where are we going today? Where are we going today? Up. I'm already showing the short is already going in right here at 5.99. See the buy the top already has a spike on it. Three more candles before my short goes in. My call opened. The the put went in. 5.99 put, and if it stops here, I got a call. Let me check what I got. 3 minutes before I leave. All these orders gonna be blasting like crazy. We bought a lot of shit yesterday. Today. Here we go. Where we going? 600. Twice out the money already. Here we go. Let's see what's happening on SPY. My Northrop Grumman is up 390. I'm gonna close Northrop Grumman 400 profit already at NOC. I'm gonna close it now. Fuck that 10%. Close. Close. It's still open. NOC. I gotta close that trade. NOC. Let me close this sell to close. Cancel this one. Cancel order. Cancel that NOC. Thank you. Now we close the NOC at 360. Close that. That one's closed. All right. Let's see what happens. We got nothing else left out there. I made a mess. I made no profit today. There was a big mistake. All right, now it's short. But on the other trades that I made today that did not close right, something was happening. It was not, I'm guessing, volatility, like always. Be fuck with me. All right, LMT, LMT profited 63. Northrop Grumman was up 360, but volatility was so high there, I ended up minus $300. RTX, I made $111. And is that open still? Close that shit. Close that shit. We need that. Close that motherfucking shit. Thank you. Let me see if I made any profit on that. 126 on RTX. The one that fucked me up was Northrop Grumman. I seen 360 on that, but it ended up being, volatility was too high. I'm guessing it's lots of short sellers. People are fucking retarded. War and they want to be shorting the stock. Bears should suck a dick, a black dick. And after sucking it, they should put that shit in their ass for doing that stupid shit. You know, supposed to be a positive, supposed to be a positive game stock when it comes to defense. Shit was hit yesterday, and they want to be shorting the stock. Double middle finger for them. Triple middle finger if I could pull my dick out and show them what these motherfuckers have done. Fuck them. All right, so far, what else is left here? The longs for today have not opened. I have no, there's 3 pending trades still on the dip of the day. So the day is still looking for a dip. So once it finds the dip, three trades, three trades, 3 times out the money are gonna go in. We should be okay if the market finds a dip soon enough. Minus 300. Stupid motherfuckers. And we have a significant gap down on the candle, which is implied what I'm thinking should be the correct move. Significant gap down, right? Those gap downs are pretty significant, right? So let's buy another one in the money right now. Let's buy that put again, and let's buy a 30% put with that, 50% put with that in the money, and go to work. I'll see you guys at 10:15. Go to work, because if I don't go now, I don't have a seat. I have a place to sit and work throughout the day.